The other day, I realized there are a number of unusual things I do and conditions I need met for me to play shooters that I imagine are not so common and certainly aren't often discussed. For that reason, I think you'll find this insight into the lesser known elements of consistent high level aiming quite interesting. First up, before every session and occasionally mid-session, I'll wash my hands and the first half of my forearm with soap and water. I do this to remove any oil, dirt or clamminess to greatly reduce the friction of my skin on the mousepad. Humidity can greatly influence how much drag your skin has on the mousepad, and doing this effectively gives you a consistent starting point each session. Even on the most humid days, you can essentially reach this same starting point. I would just wash my hands and arm more frequently as the moisture can build back up quite quickly. Doing this also greatly extends the life of my mousepads. It may take years to develop any noticeable slow spots rather than weeks or months. And the reason I only soap and wash half of my forearm is because I also wear a sleeve, so I'm only really worried about the skin that touches the mousepad. Next up, I always have Raw Accel enabled. I don't use this for mouse acceleration, I instead use it for the rotation field. As you can see, the way I hold my mouse has the sensor pointing off in this direction, which seriously throws off my aim. The rotation field lets me adjust its orientation through software so I can keep my mouse grip and also have a great sensor angle. I made a video all about this that I'll link to below. Another real life habit is taking omega-3 fish oil. I initially started taking 1000 milligrams of EPA fish oil for general health after listening to a few Dr. Rhonda Patrick podcasts, as I had no sources of omega-3 in my diet. An incredibly useful side effect for aiming was a significant improvement to my reaction time that I had not anticipated. It looks like there's a couple of studies confirming this interaction, but I'm no expert, so I'll stick to my own anecdote here. Occasionally, the topic of human benchmark would come up in Discord with some friends, so I actually have a timeline of the improvements. During this time, there were no hardware or monitor changes, and no significant lifestyle changes outside of the new omega-3 supplementation. You can see here on September 2018, I tried the reaction time test and averaged 215. This was very surprising as my previous attempts a few months ago averaged around 240 to 250. And then again at the end of February in 2019, I tried the reaction time test and was shocked to see a 188 average. That is a significant improvement to my reaction time, which annoyingly isn't something you can just train. Now, I suppose I can't be 100% sure it was due to the omega-3, but considering the cheap cost and the wide health benefits, I still happily supplement it. Next up, I often mod the width of my mouse I'm using with a simple fix like double-sided tape. It may not look pretty and there's probably neater options out there, but it works and can completely change whether or not I can even use a mouse. My hands are relatively large at 20.5 by 10.5, so adding some tape to the side means I don't have to work so hard to get my thumb knuckle in contact with the mouse. And finally, I keep my fingernails trimmed. This should obviously be done anyway, but if it's not, having my fingernails in contact with the mousepad ruins my glide, and having them in contact with the mouse itself makes gripping it very difficult. And there we have it, 5 unusual tips and habits that I consider essential to me having good, consistent aim. If you have any odd aiming tips or habits yourself, please share them in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.